When we talk about Shmitta, we usually talk about the specific prohibitions of sowing the seeds or harvesting, reaping. But there's one verb that is usually not mentioned, but I believe is probably the most important one regarding Shmitta, which was last year, but is mentioned at the beginning of our parsha, and that is to gather. When the Torah expresses what people are going to say, or people are going to complain, that we don't have what to eat on the Shmitta year. We're not sowing the seeds, and we're not gathering what's grown. That's the third stage of the cycle. And we usually don't think about it so much. There's the zri'ah, you sow the seeds, you reap the fruit, and then you gather it, you bring it all home, as we like to say. As we say at Shir HaMa'alot, Hazorim bedima, those who sow crying, Berinai ktzoru, will reap with happiness, but that's not the last stage. Bo yavo berina, he comes in with happiness, noselim of carrying the fruits of it, the fruits and all the wheat and everything that's grown. The gathering is what is the main thing that is not done in Shmitta. In other words, understanding that we don't own it all. It doesn't really belong to us. And we don't and our goal in life is not only to gather. At the end of the Shmitta year, what happens? The Chag HaSukkot. What does Chag HaSukkot consider? We know we have the Chag, we know we sow in the winter. We have Chag HaKatzir, which is Shavuot, which is coming up in 2 weeks, and Chag HaAsif, the gathering festival of Sukkot. But at the end of the Shmitta year, we don't gather in money, we don't gather in fruit, we don't gather in material things. We all gather together for the mitzvah of Akel, to learn Torah, to have a spiritual experience. That's a real gathering. So 6 years, you work and you toil and you deal with the material world, but you realize that the goal is the 7th year, where you focus on spirituality and realize that all what we gathered in the 6 years is only worth it if we can make something spiritual out of it, if we can do something significant with it. And as Kohelet says, Lachotei Natan, the sinner, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to just gather and hoard and collect and just leave it to those who come after him. But the real people who are significantly good are the Ba'alei Asufot, the people who gathered knowledge, people who gathered spirituality, people who gathered things that will stay forever and give to others. So that is the message that we take from Shmitta, which is mentioned at the beginning of our parsha, to remember that all that we work during the week or during our lifetime is worth it if we know what the goal of it really is. Shabbat Shalom.